Welcome back, players, to another amateur 8-ball breakdown with Ben Myers at APA Skill Level 6. Alright, players, I got a couple bonus games for y'all for Labor Day. We just got some practice games in on one of our off weeks in between seasons. So here we go with the break on this first game. Looked like that one ball went in the side. So she's going to have the low balls. I think here on this first shot, she's going to go for this 4 up to the corner. Everything's spread out pretty nice. It looks like, there's something can be done with this. I don't know if I like that little break there on that 5 and that 10, but she made that 4 without a problem. She goes for that 7 in the corner. It was probably the appropriate shot, but she just misses it. Just shoots it cuts it a little short. There we go. 15 in the corner, no problem. Probably take that way out at 11 in the side. It's nice. Easy, smooth shooting. Kind of left myself in a bad position here. I kind of got stuck in. I shouldn't have probably hit that 3 as much as I did and should have had a better shot, but I got this 9, so that's okay. We use that 9 to bail out. Now right here, I think, I didn't have as good a clean a shot as I wanted. I thought maybe I'd be able to get that 14, so I go for a defense, shoot that 10, and I try to get the cue ball down there behind the 14. So you'll see here how this shot goes, and I slow it down a little bit so you can see the legal hit. It goes off the rail into the 10 and then back into the rail, so it's a legal hit. And then you can just see that cue ball just goes and sits. I think it hits the rail a little bit maybe, but it sits back behind that 14 either way, and put my opponent in a tough position. Their shots, they got stuff they can hit, but just try not to give them a good shot. And I wanted to break out that 10, so that's kind of the point there, is to not give up the good shot. But the only real option, I think, is exactly what she shoots, and that's that 7 ball and that bank. And golly, it's a beautiful bank. And that bank is open even on Labor Day. That's a beautiful shot. So nice. So here we go. We got, I don't know. I think maybe it'd have been nice to come around a little more for that 3 maybe, or something like that, or whatever. But when you're making a bank shot like that, you don't, you worry about making that. So she ends up cutting this 2 back to the corner. And that's a nice, smooth, easy shot. Cue ball comes back down into the pile, which is cool. Might have rolled a little more than she would have liked, but that's okay. Now right here, I think you gotta start thinking, how am I gonna finish this thing? If you can get that 5 up to the corner, 3 to the side, 6 to the same side, you got the 8 straight in afterwards, or something like that, But we'll see how this goes. 5 to the corner, no problem. You got the 3 to the side. You might even can roll up a little bit or something and get a bump on that 6, or a little English, or I don't know. I still kind of think I'd just go for the draw and try to come back, but she just misses that 3 a little bit. I don't know if she was just looking at that 6, and because of the angle she had, she didn't like it, where she was going to end up, or what. If she was going for a little bit of a lead on that, I don't know. I don't know what the heck was going on there. But from here, it's, everything's open. Few easy shots, 14 to the corner. Got to stretch a little bit for it, but it's not too bad. That'll go, no problem. Now right here, I think you got to take that 13 to the side. I think I'd have liked that cue ball to come back another inch or two, but that's okay. You got plenty of space to make that 10 in the corner. Just got to hit it a little soft. 10 ball drops, no problem. Now you just got to make these two pretty easy shots. 12 straight down the rail, 8's almost straight in. And that's going to be that for that practice game. All right, here goes the second practice game. And I got the break. It's a nice break. Something shot right into that corner. I believe it was a high ball. So right here off the first shot of the game, after that break, there's just nothing really that looks appealing for high balls to try and start any kind of a run. So, I go ahead and grab out the bridge. I think you'll see that here in a second. Grab out the bridge, and I just, right here, I'm just scoping it out, but just nothing looks good. So I grab the bridge and I go for this little bit of a defensive shot, and it ends up panning out. If you watch how this whole game plays out, it all starts right here on the decision I made on this very first shot. Was it the best defense ever? No, but it sets up, kind of the pace for the rest of the game. And there you go. You get just a little hit on that 15. Cue ball's hidden behind the 15, so you don't have a shot at the 2. And the only real ball she could see that she was able to shoot from here is the 4 ball is what I thought. But I guess she could see a piece of the 6. She thought she had a better chance to get that up to the corner. But the 4 ball, I think, would have been the better option because it's, clearly more out in the open. Almost a straight in shot to the side, but definitely a good open shot to the corner as well. I thought for sure that's just the way you go. But again, with that defense, it kind of, just a limitation factor. I cut off a bunch of the table, leave it where you don't have a lot of other stuff to shoot at. And yeah, so she goes for the 6. Now, the 4 ball almost went 2, but I just don't think she could see enough of the 6 to get the cut she needed to. But maybe she could have because she undercut that. So yeah, I guess she could have. But that's like one of those things, when you got a ball that's kind of in your way a little bit, it messes with your shot. And so here, I think the only option is to go for the 14 first. I believe that's what we did here was, take the 14 to the corner. That cue ball ought to come out nicely and give you a good shot afterwards. Yeah, I mean, it kind of made it through all that stuff. I think I thought it would hit that 3. But, even at that, if it misses the 3, it rolls out. It gives you a nice shot. I guess it could have hit something and changed the layout of the table a little bit, but ended up working out. So let's pull that 13. I think I'd have liked that drawback a little bit. Just a little bit more bottom English on that to get that draw. Have that 9 ball over there into the corner. I mean, it's still there. It's just not as easy as a shot as it should have been. But with a little bit of English, I get that to go. Kiss off of that 4 ball. Leave myself a good shot for that 11 ball down the rail. Now, right there, I think, maybe I didn't take my time like I should have to think about what I was going to do. Maybe I thought it was going to kiss off of that 8 or that 3 and give me a good shot on the 10, but I could have cut it, would have put my cue ball way up in the corner somewhere, but I think defense was the better option. You shoot that defense, just kind of roll it up there, block that 4 to the side. Everything that she has to shoot is a long range shot. So, I mean, it's like the 3 could possibly go, the 7 could possibly go. The 4 ball is kind of blocked off by the 3, the 8, and the ball I put in the way, the 10. You could maybe do something with the 5 or the 6, but that's kind of rough. But she ends up going for this 3 to the corner, and that's a long range shot with a little cut, and it's tough. Now right here, that knocked that 4 ball out the way, but that 3 just sticks on my 10. I don't know. As I'm looking at this table, I got the 10 and I got the 15. Um, depending on who you're playing and things like that, but I felt confident that 15 had that 2 ball tied up. And because that 3 and 10 was on a string, that's what they call that when it's lined. I mean, it's almost lined up perfect so that 10 ball comes straight back to the side. So I'd go ahead and do a little kick on that. Hit that little Labor Day bank, little kick right there. Give up the ball in hand, but there's another one of my balls going off the table. Now right here, I'm not a big fan of this shot. With ball in hand, you take that 1 ball to the corner, and that 3 ball has you sewed up so that you only got like half a pocket. Your better option would have been to put that cue ball over on that side and shoot it over to this corner. And then or preferably I'd have done something with that 4 ball and tried to get a breakout down there. And if you could get that breakout, then you could possibly run out from here. But you leave yourself a tight squeeze on that. Now that 8 ball done rolled down into a predicament. But that was just a tough situation to be in that you didn't have to be in. When you have ball in hand, you got to utilize that. Don't set up to try and squeeze through half a pocket. And I don't know if right here, I think I kind of went for like a little Massey shot and didn't get around that 7 ball, but either way, it kicked that 7 ball down into that corner and jammed it up even more. I didn't like what I had to shoot at anyway because I would have broke that ball out for her. Because that 2 ball and 8 ball is in a heck of a predicament now. But right here, there she goes. She knocks that 1 down. That 5 ball is almost straight in. Ain't no reason why you wouldn't take that. Now you got the 3 or the 6. I mean, I think the better option is the 6, but I think that the English, here, I don't know, that looked almost like a top English. If you're going to go top there, you got to go like hard top left or something and get it to come off the 2 rails and come closer to the 3, not stay way up here on this end of the table. Now, right there, it looked like she was kind of going for a little bit of a breakout, but you got to make the 3 as the highest priority. But here I'm stuck with a long range defense though, so I'm gonna just get a legal hit. I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna touch that 15. Nice, small, slow, easy roll. There you go. Just touch the 15. Don't kick the 2 out far enough to really do anything with it. So right here, it might have been a good idea to go for the 3 first, even though it's a tough shot to the side. You can see in this green area where there'd be a good defensive space. And that sets me up pretty good, for future defenses. That's it. That's all I was doing here was just playing the defensive game. I got that 8 ball and that 2 ball jammed up. So even if she puts together a real nice run, she's got to get a breakout on that 2 and that 8 and end up in a good position to finish the game. But right here she goes for the 7 down table, and I think that was like a bunch of top right English or something, and that cue ball just goes straight for the corner, and that scratch is gonna hurt you because I'm gonna work on this ball in hand combo defense shot, and it's gonna stick. It's gonna stick. Right here is kind of what the table layout looks like. I'm gonna shoot the cue ball into the 15, and I'm gonna take that 2 to the corner, and I'm gonna stick that cue ball down in that hole where you just can't do anything with it. And so just a nice, easy, simple tap. And, that might not have been, the greatest defense ever. And she damn near gets a legal hit out of this. As you'll see here in a second, I mean, she goes 2 rails on this kick, which is just crazy to start with. I thought she could just get it in 1. She goes to and gets it, and it just, oh, slow motion, it just does not get there. So that ends up being ball in hand, and that just leaves it for a couple little dink shots, I mean, like, almost any skill level player is going to make this 1-2 combo right here and finish these up. You're going to take the 15 to the corner, take the 8 back to the other corner, and they're real easy, straight in. Nothing to worry about there. I think you'd have to say defense won this game. All right, players, if you want me to do your video, send it in to amateur8ballbreakdown@gmail.com and make it less than 2 minutes and in landscape. All right, players, don't forget to show your opponent some appreciation with a fist bump and a handshake. And I'd really appreciate it if you'd like, subscribe, and ring the bell.